for it, man. He's got the level 2 silence. He's got Dream Coil to be able to lead. So within that stun and 1.5 seconds of silence, they could pretty easily burst down that Naga Siren and shut down the Radiance a little bit longer. But if he does get that Radiance about the time you're talking about, I just don't see a way for Cloud9 to actually be able to win this, because then pushes get so damn difficult. An early Radiance, pushing into an early Radiance is near impossible, especially with the illusions. As long as you're sitting back, as long as you don't get initiated on, you're going to be fine. Blink Dagger is now up on Demon, so watch out for this top lane. Just a simple Blink stun combo, and Demon can solo pretty much any hero on Cloud9 right now, not to mention the Leech Seed follow-up that's going to be coming out from TC. So I do like the way that Koifa is farming up the jungle, though. He's playing this really, really safe.
Yeah, I mean, he's not taking any chances, and he shouldn't. He's ahead, and if he doesn't die, he'll get even more ahead and probably win the game for his team. But right now, I mean, it's pretty passive. There's not much to talk about besides the fact that everyone's just hitting creeps and how that benefits Liquid. I mean, it's pretty evident Liquid's late games is slightly better.
So what do you do if you're Cloud9? Do you smoke up and try and go for a gank on middle or a bottom? I mean, those are the two cores that you're really worried about, and both of them have been free farming. Both of them are top of the net worth right now. Do you go for a smoke up and try and stop them, or do you just let this passive lanes play out for a little bit longer until you have your basic items? SneyKing has his Blink Dagger coming in, for example, like those kind of items. Do you wait for that, or do you get aggressive right away?
Yeah, I personally think that you need to wait for this Blink Dagger. That's the only way you can do anything, because the tree armor hasn't been mentioned much this game, but it's still a huge impact when you're trying to go for a tower dive. Like, that will always be casted, and that tree armor is basically a bonus 400 health for right now it's lower level, so it's only bonus 200 health. But once it's max, it's bonus 400 health, and that's a lot of neglect that tree armor is going to provide.
Well, Eternal Envy, he's now going middle. He says, I'm done with this top. Yep, there it is. Bylai die. Ooh, he takes the double edge. And we still had the ultimate from Demon if he wanted to use that, but he knew Shallow Grave was still a possibility, and just the ultimate damage was not going to be enough to kill him. So he goes ahead. Eternal Envy, though, he's taking the opportunity to farm up middle, and it's not a big surprise that SneyKing, he's probably going to be looking for some of these rotations, but he's just not finding it. They do get the kill at top. What was Dazzle doing so far forward?
He just got caught up by the Blink Dagger. I mean, mistakes do occur, but it was kind of risky plays because Timbersaw was right near him, and if the Centaur stun didn't clip the Timbersaw as well, he would have went down, because Timbersaw with the pure damage and the Whirling Death to a Strength Hero, it was definitely an easy kill.
They almost got the gank on SneyKing. Bane was halfway through either his Nightmare or his Fiend's Grip animation before SneyKing was able to phase shift and just blink away real quickly. So good reactions by SneyKing, keeping himself alive. So again, it's still 4-0 right now. Liquid have taken over a 3,000 gold lead at 12 minutes in, and 2,000 experience lead. I do like the switch up of the lanes, though. Timbersaw is now going to be facing up against this double strength melee lane, and we're going to have the rotation bottom where Way2 gets caught out. Simple nukes. Way2 living armor buys him a little bit of time, but he still falls to SneyKing's auto attacks. So the first of the rotations for Cloud9 are finally successful, and Eternal Envy has copped himself a nice little haste ring.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. But Naga's still free farming, and just like that, he has his relic. I mean, he's probably a couple minutes away from finishing the Radiance. And once he gets it, Cloud9, there's not much they can do against this Radiance Naga. They're going to get slowly out-farmed, and it's pretty much going to be the story of that game.
Yeah, and that's bad. Cloud9, not just in general, like losing one game, you know, not great. But Cloud9, they really needed to be able to wipe Team Liquid, so they got to be feeling the pressure right now, because otherwise you're just pretty much praying and hoping that EG completely wipe Liquid in the game 2. Aui's going to get caught out, though. Sleep, as well as the Fiend's Grip, and that's going to be just an easy kill. March of the Machines, just the added benefit of damage, and the kill will go the way of the tankers. So I love the way, though, that Team Liquid played it so passive at the right times. Tinker, for example, was farming up the jungle when he was getting close to Boots of Travel. we saw Nagasarn playing passive and farming up jungle pretty much constantly of late. Centaur being held up, blink away just in time, but here comes Eternal Envy, popping the ultimate. Maybe they can walk away. Nice stun and the turnaround. Wave 2 gets a small little brain sap on SneyKing, and it gets a little low, but they're going to be able to back away. But Cloud9, I mean, that's just not good enough. That's not good enough. Them just being able to walk away from the team fight, not lose anybody, they're the ones who need to be getting those kills right now, or at least getting some better objective. Whether it's going to be towers, Roshan, something's going to be on their mind.
It is. I'm sure they're well aware of their situation, but there's just so little that they can do after the trial lane going so poor. I mean, I think they should have probably dodged the trial lane to avoid the situation, and I think that's the only thing they could have really done to not put themselves in this spot.
Radiance, another 700 gold, and that's going to be up. Issues. Right now, Lycan is going to smoke up and go jungle, or not jungle, Roshan. Aoi is stacking up some ancients, so a little bit extra farm, but it looks like they were able to kill Puck. Just a real quick blink. Apparently, phase shift was not up for Puck to dodge, or else missed it. Either way, Demon's rotation proves to be successful, and worse and worse signs, though. The only thing that could possibly just make this even worse for Cloud9 is if this Roshan got spied out in any way.
Yeah, but I don't think it will, because he's doing this solo, and of course he can have a Lycan do a solo, and you should expect that, but it's sort of catching Liquid off guard with how behind Cloud9 is, and they're still taking these big risks.
Yeah, and I suppose they're still pulling a lot out of the map on Team Liquid. Sure, Roshan goes down, but we have an Ancient stack that is being farmed up by Tinker. He now has his Blink Dagger. That was my big concern, is the fast Blink Dagger kind of renders Bulba pretty much unstoppable. Again, only up to SneyKing and his initiation. That's the best way you're going to be able to find him. Everybody else, they get close to Bulba, he just blinks away real quickly. Smoke up, though. This is what I want to see from Cloud9. Smoke up, see if they can get a pick off on this Nagasarn who's been farming up the jungle, but too bad, man. It's already too late. Radiance is up. Even if they do get this kill, they're going to be really, really far in. Weave is going to be thrown down. Oh, what are they doing? Now the Nagasarn sleep. Where's the teleports, though? Team Liquid? Okay. They're not going to make the rotations. They just go ahead and say, hey, good job. You didn't die. We're going to go ahead and take this tier 1 tower.
Yeah, that's pretty much what they're telling themselves. If the Radiant's online, there's no reason to fight. Just keep farming, and you're going to eventually whittle down Cloud9. But it seems like Demon thinks otherwise with that kind of TP.
Demon is not up the like mind, man. He wants to go. He's a big old tanky Centaur. He wants to find pickoff, so he goes middle, buys them a little bit more time. The March and Machine spam, again, just defeats the push. They're still going to be able to commit, but it slows it down long enough for Team Liquid to be able to make tower for tower. And I feel that's still going to be the favor of Team Liquid. However, I suppose it gets the basic items up on Cloud9 that we still need to see. Teleports in, Centaur going in. Oh, the silence from SneyKing, well timed. And now they're holding Demon in place, but a beautiful ultimate from TC. Pilot Eye buys himself. Shallow Grave just a little bit longer. TC's going to get bursted down, but the March of the Machine's doing so much work. There goes that Aegis. Shapeshift was held onto, however. And Eternal Envy will be able to make his way out. Centaur blinks away from the Timber Saw real quickly. And Eternal Envy and crew managed to take a tier 1 tower as well as a kill on TC, all in exchange for just an Aegis. Not a bad exchange for them.
Yeah, it isn't. And right now, just a pretty much farm fest. The game slowed down a lot. But Naga finishing his Boots of Travel. I mean, his farms are going to continue to accelerate. And Bloodstone, Timbersaw, so a lot of items are being picked up. Perhaps Cloud9 needs to just keep farming and let the Naga farm for a little bit. I mean, they're kind of too far behind to do anything right now in terms of pushes and team fight. So they need to catch back up and then try to do something.
Okay, so what is going to be, what items need to be picked up for Cloud9 that you say, okay, now they're ready to re-engage once again. They have to give up Nagasarn some farm. They have to give some farm away to Tinker because they're just not strong enough right now to be able to force fights. But what items is it going to be? Is it going to be the Necronomicon 3 for Lycan? Do we wait till BKB? Like, what are the big signs for you of saying, okay, now Cloud9, something has changed for them that might just give them an edge?
I mean, the most optimal situation is... Oh, hold on to that thought. Is mid-smoke?
I always like, what in the world? My smoke has been popped, guys. What do I do? Still, we have SneyKing and Pylon. They're making their movements, but they're still running a two-man crew. Without Coil, gonna go down. Silence, they're gonna try and burst down way too real quickly. Try and get him up before Brain Sound. No, it goes off in time. Still gonna fall, though, as Eternal Envy makes his way around. Ultimate being used by Centaur, and it looks like TC will be able to get away, but it's in exchange for a Visage at the top lane, as Demon, Koifa, and Bulba push into that Tier 2 tower.
Yeah, and it seems like Liquid's a lot better this game than last game in the objective department. I mean, they're completing the tower objective much better than Cloud9, and despite not having Lycan, they're up by pretty much, I would say, 4 tower count, because that mid tower right now, it's not doing too much for Cloud9. It's just pretty much sitting there, providing vision. And it's really minimal map control, because no one is even laning mid. No one can lane up against middle without getting picked off.
It's amazing how much damage just Lycan and his wolves output on a tower. They just backdoored that Tier 1 tower real quickly. Not a big deal. Casual tower, and so get themselves a little bit of extra gold, but again, it feels like a desperation move. You know, them having to backdoor Tier 1 towers rather than take the straight up team fight around it, or not even just that. If they go for the 5-man push into a tower, it means that Liquid are going to be split pushing every other part of the map with the Tinker and the Naga Siren.
Yeah, perhaps, and that's a much-needed tower. Let's see some item progression. I mean, Lycan, 2,000 gold saved up. Let's see what he goes. I mean, it's still pretty late for Necrobook, but probably needs to get something more greedy and go for the really high DPS route in order to carry C9 to this victory.
Well, now the Lycan's been countered. Demon just picked up a halberd, meaning he's going to be able to, when shapeshift is popped, unless he goes for a BKB, it's just going to be a simple disarm, and it's going to be wasted time. The ensnare, more wasted time. That shapeshift does not last forever. It's a very, very low duration. You have to be able to use that small amount of time to just destroy the enemy team real quickly, and can't afford to be kited around like that. But disarm bottom, top though, they find Owie. Demon just goes in real deep with his blink dagger and catches him out. Middle, though, we also have the sleep. Fiend's grip going down as well. Koifa's going to move forward here to try and go on Bone 7, but they start backing up. SneyKing goes in, trying to finish off Way 2. Coil going down, but Way 2 will be able to throw down that